Oh my God, it's Friday, 89.3 FM. You're tuning in with the three Quirks and a Turk, and we are back again in the studio. How are you doing, people? How are you doing, Phuong?
I'm good. Happy
good?
New Year, by the way.
Happy New Year. It is the Lunar New Year, and from this month to next month, it's going to be a celebration within all the Asian community. So if you see someone out there, give them a high five and say Happy New Year. And the Vietnamese, chúc mừng năm mới. In the Chinese, Gang Hai Phạt Chao. But if they're bloody Aussie, say good day, mate. How are you doing?
I love that, Davey. You
Yes.
just made me smile. What are you doing for Lunar New Year?
Oh my God, I already started last week. This week I'm going away into the bush to do some stuff in there. I'll be back again next week, and then again it'll be the Vietnamese celebration next week, and then after that it's the Lao celebration. So I am all booked out for January and looking forward to celebrating, baby.
Wow, you're gonna come back in the studio going, I'm over it
I'm
now.
over it. Give me another holiday. So how's your week looking for?
My week's always productive.
Yeah, productive's good, right?
Yeah,
Productive's good.
And it's at a good pace.
Yeah.
Because before, you remember, last year we were like running around
Chaotic.
non-stop. It was
Yeah.
just continuous, constant. Now I'm able to grasp a lot more of my time.
Yes,
And with my
yes.
family, and it's more balanced.
Time management is so important, whether you're a business owner, whether you're mom and dad, whether you work for someone, and time management is so important. And to our listeners out there, this week we have two great guests in the studio, and they're going to come in and they're going to share with us about their journey, their story, and also we have Darren, who's actually from Suspended Animation, and interesting is he's in the studio right here with us today. How you doing, buddy?
Very well, very well.
Welcome,
Thanks for having me,
welcome,
guys.
Darren.
Yes, I love the husky voice. How you doing? Let's
How
start
you
again.
doing?
Yes.
Woo!
Al Pacino, move over. He's Darren, mate.
All right, yeah,
Yes.
talking.
Yes. So to our listeners out there, Darren is actually from a corporate IT recruitment for the last 20 years. I mean, but it's also be interesting just to be able to share with our listeners out there what IT recruitment is all about. So, Darren, why IT recruitment, my man?
Yeah, well, I mean, IT recruitment is something I fell into about 20 years ago just by chance.
Yes.
I was doing some other things,
Okay.
and my brother said to me, why don't you try recruiting? That might be fun.
Yeah.
And up till that point, I had been on some interviews and
Yes.
with recruiters, and I thought, it seems like quite a fun job.
Awesome.
So I actually found a little advertisement on in the 9 to 5 magazine.
Oh my God,
In the
9 to
train.
5 in the city.
In the city, on
Town
one of the
hall.
trains, probably from Town Hall.
Now you're
one
showing your
place.
age now, mate.
Absolutely, absolutely. And there was a little ad that said, looking for a recruiter, an IT
Yes.
recruiter, no training, no experience necessary.
Wow.
We'll train you.
Wow.
Wow.
And I had been looking for a while, and I thought,
Fantastic.
that's the one, so I answered the ad.
Yes.
I went in for an interview. I was very lucky that they liked me, and they
Beautiful.
trained me, and it's been a journey of 20 years since then.
But IT though, don't you have to have some sort of IT qualification to be able to interview people, screen them, ask them about the Microsoft certification, you know, all that?
Good question. I mean,
Yeah.
I've kind of learnt a lot of that along the way,
Yes.
and I like to think that I can speak the language without understanding what it means.
Okay.
And I mean, my candidates, the people that I interview, my clients,
Yeah.
Google, are my best friends.
Yes.
And I learn from them.
Yes.
And it's over so many years, you just start learning and you start specializing in a particular niche. And then you really get to know the technologies in that niche.
So true. And with IT is a very niche, very specialized area. You need to know what you're talking
And
about.
it's still in demand.
It is big demand.
It is in demand. It's
Big
probably the most in demand. I mean,
Yeah.
technology and everything's so innovative. Technology is moving at a rapid speed.
Yeah.
And right now, our biggest challenge is finding good quality people.
Yes.
But I thought everybody would be qualified. I mean, there's lots of programs out there to be studying, and people have experience. I mean, IT started like many years ago, so there would be like lots of people in their 40s.
It did. However, I mean, we always need people that have certain specialities, certain experience, plus all the other skills, the softer skills in life, the communication.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
it's
that
to
is
find the
true.
whole package.
It is so hard.
It's not that easy.
But what's interesting also is that a lot of IT are actually offshore now,
That's
right?
true, that's
a lot
true.
offshore. So a lot of companies are recruiting offshore IT specialists. And I do have a bone to pick with this corporation out there, you know? And the thing is like, a lot of these people overseas don't understand the system within Australia. They don't understand how it works and all that. And I hear so many corporate complaining, you know, oh, I've actually saved money but in the long term, I honestly don't think they're saving money because they're actually struggling to train the overseas people.
Definitely.
And the clients here are not happy. And so what's your view on that?
Definitely. I mean, it's getting harder and harder even with the immigration laws and the visas now to actually bring people from overseas.
Yes.
But, I mean, finding good people is all about, it's a three-dimensional process. It's not just someone who's got a particular skill. It's about someone who understands the local working culture.
That's right.
It's about someone who understands the nuances of certain companies, or you know, so it's not that simple as just bringing people from one place to another.
That's
There's
right.
a lot of nuances involved. So us recruiters are always, that's our biggest challenge really,
Yes.
is finding good quality people that are going to be well suited to a particular culture with a particular company.
Yeah.
What do you love about your job?
What do I love about my job is interacting with people.
Yeah.
Because I'm interacting with people constantly.
Mm.
I'm Zooming, I'm
Yeah.
Skyping, I'm SMSing, I'm phoning, I'm interviewing, and I just love it. I love people, I always have, and I just feed off people's energy, and that's the most challenging thing to me. And I also like reading people. Not that
Okay.
I'm an expert, but
Yeah.
you know, after 20 years in recruitment, you
Yeah.
start to get a sense of people,
Yeah.
and that's something that I continue to hone in on, and I really enjoy.
Have you met anybody interesting on your journey?
Oh my God, I've met many
Oh,
many
for
people.
sure. For 20 years.
Many
Name one.
interesting
For
people.
20
Oh
years.
my God! Well, a little shout out to my good friend Raz Khan, who was actually the first candidate I ever interviewed 20 years ago.
Wow.
And now to this day, we're still friends and we still keep in contact.
Wow.
And he's also in the business of, he's also metamorphosized a little bit in his
Yes.
own journey. And he does a lot of work in digital marketing and digital media. We chat about that because I'm
Yeah.
passionate about that as well.
Okay.
And Phuong and I probably have some common friends with Raz.
Wow,
Sure,
there
yes.
you
Who is
go.
that?
So
How
big
cool
shout out
is
to
that?
Raz.
There you go, Raz. Now, for our listeners out there, right, what we're going to be able to do today is going to explore a little bit more about the recruitment. So for those who are seeking jobs, is it advisable for them to reach out to a recruitment agency like yourself and sit down with you, and then you can perhaps go through the pros and cons?
Absolutely, absolutely. And
Yeah.
what I must say, I really had a nice discussion about this just earlier with Phuong.
Yeah.
Doing anything requires you really taking stock of who you are
Correct.
first before you go down the external journey, even in recruitment. And
Okay.
something that I preach to candidates all the time is everybody, you have to think about what you've been doing, what experience you have, where you've come from in terms of your personal journey,
Yes.
and make sure that the roles that you're applying for are actually well suited to you. You know, so you've got to do the work on yourself as well as preparing for interviews, preparing to articulate your story, being clear and concise with your message. I mean, all this takes a lot of work, and so definitely everybody should reach out to recruiters and hiring managers, but you have to do that after you're prepared.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that with us, Darren. Let's get a song on, and we're gonna come back with Sean Paul. May I love you.